So we've been spending this last couple of weeks talking about some of the practices that can really help us support ourselves and our community in this moment. And I've noticed that in these last few weeks, the energy is different. The energy is more draining. And so I'm here to offer these tools to you as a resource. I've been providing a webinar, and in addition to the webinar, these videos that hopefully will support you in feeling more grounded and feeling more rooted with everything that's happening for us in this moment. We are concerned about ourselves and our health, the health of our family. We are concerned about what might happen with respect to our jobs and our businesses, and we are concerned about a lot of people around us in the community and in the world. When we start feeling that concern and that uncertainty, it actually starts showing up in the body as tension. So you might be able to feel that too. And when we're talking about mindfulness, we're thinking about paying attention to ourselves in a different way, paying attention to our thoughts, our feelings, and our body, and noticing them without judgment. And so today we're going to go over 2 different types of mindfulness exercises, basic tools that may help us in this moment. So if there's one takeaway from this dialogue, it's that you engage in these practices for 10 to 12 minutes a day. And the first is a noticing meditation or a noticing exercise, and the second are gratitude practices. Engaging in these exercises, I invite you all to track your experience, and we'll talk about that a little bit. The tools that we are engaging in today are here to help bring us into our presence. And we hear this a lot, is this idea of staying present. But what are we really talking about here? What we're saying is that we are often thinking about what's coming ahead. In these moments where things are uncertain, that's naturally going to happen. We are worried about the future, we are planning for it, we are concerned about what's going to happen. Or we're in the past, we are regretting something that we may or may not have done. We're feeling guilty about something, and so there's this rumination about the past. But every time we're thinking ahead and we're in the past, what we are not experiencing is what's happening in this present moment. And this noticing exercise will help bring us into the present moment. The way that the noticing exercise works is during the meditation, you are going to observe your mind and observe your thoughts as if you're sort of watching them from a distance. And as thoughts come up, you make note of the type of thought. And so it can be as simple as, I'm thinking, I'm noticing, I'm thinking, I'm thinking. And you just say that to yourself. If you want to be more specific, you can say, I notice myself, I'm planning, I'm wanting, guilt is happening, or I'm remembering. And so you name and identify the type of thought, and then you return to the breath. And so first you notice and note the thought, and then you return back to the breath. And that's the cycle that we're practicing during this noticing exercise. And so what you want to do after watching this video is click on the link that's being shown right now, and there is a noting exercise that's available. There's a guided meditation that you can listen to. And listen to this once a day and practice these noting exercises. The second exercise that we want to practice are gratitude exercises. With everything that's happening, there is a lot of challenging information that we are hearing, exposing ourselves to on the television, reading about, and then talking to our friends about. And it's okay to talk about what's difficult, but what we want to do is counterbalance that with other things that are also happening right now. And we can do that by identifying and talking about and starting dialogue with ourselves and others about what we're grateful for. Identifying, making a list of 3, 5, or 10 things that you're grateful. I'm grateful that I have my coffee. I'm grateful that I get to spend time with my pets. I'm grateful that my family has its health. Whatever it is that you're grateful for in this moment, write down 3, 5, 10 things right now, the things that you're grateful for. Professionally, you can do this by starting a meeting, by just asking, what's working out right now? What are the things that everybody feels is actually happening that's good? You might notice as you talk about it and as other people talk about what they're grateful for, that the energy shifts. And the last reminder is really just to track, if you can, your experience with these practices. And so there's a link here that's showing up that is a tracking sheet that'll let you identify the practice that you engaged in, the feeling that was coming up before you engaged in the practice, if anything, and then the outcome. And so a simple tracking sheet every day will really help you see potentially whether or not there's an impact of this, whether there's progress. We're just sort of keeping data about ourselves. The one takeaway from this dialogue It's that you engage in these practices for 10 to 12 minutes a day. I want to thank you all for listening to this video. All the resources that I mentioned will be showing up as a link. I'm here to support all of you in being more rooted and grounded in these times of uncertainty so that you can support yourselves, but also ultimately be a greater support for your colleagues, your clients, and your family. I wish you all safety and good health and look forward to connecting with you again soon. Thank you.